Hey there, folks, I'm Bull Montana in here. Don't be a butthead. Go to BTTF.com.
Alrighty, welcome back from that big-time commercial break. It is the After Hours with TC Restani radio broadcast, our inaugural episode. Now, Colonel Bull Montana, we just came back from a commercial break. Seems like the only commercial break we have for this radio broadcast. Was your big spot for BTTF.com?
Yes, TC, it was one of the biggest spots ever out there. And I know a lot of people are hitting that WBTTF.com. A lot of people are buying a lot of those cars there.
Oh, really? They're buying DeLoreans off of BTTF.com. Now, Bull, you're like a human billboard now. So if anybody out there that wants to sponsor this program or put something on the Colonel, because you are now a human billboard, is that correct?
That's correct, TC.
Now, have you actually visited BTTF.com?
I checked it out. I checked it out.
This is a surprise for you, Colonel Bull Montana.
Yes, it is.
On the phone right now is none other than Mr. Stephen Clark. Now, Stephen Clark is the man who owns and operates everything on BTTF.com. Are you there, Mr. Clark?
Hey, TC, yeah, I'm here.
Unbelievable. Now, have you heard everything going on tonight with none other than the Colonel?
Well, I've been really busy packing orders, taking all the vast number of orders we've been receiving just due to all the ads you've been running for us with Bull Montana.
So, that's right. Excuse me. That's right. I forgot. Bull Montana. Now, do you actually know who Tannen is, Colonel?
No, I don't, TC.
All right. Well, those of you out there who are hanging around the Colonel who don't know who Bull Montana is, well, Tannen was the last name of the arch nemesis Biff from the Back to the Future saga, and obviously it sounds like Montana, so play on words. And you are a butthead, Bull.
That's right, TC, I am.
Well, as long as he knows that he's a butthead. Now, Mr. Clark, can I call you Steve?
Yeah, please.
Oh, okay. Now, how long have you actually been doing BTTF.com?
Well, TC, we've been doing this going on 20 years now.
20 years have come and gone. Sorry, that's from one of my favorite movies of all time. But 20 years of BTTF. Has the Internet been around 20 years?
The Internet's been around, believe it or not, longer than that. But yeah, we've been doing this.
Well, that's if you believe what Al Gore says.
Yeah. Well, he can't be trusted, but that's a different story.
Unbelievable. For 20 years now, in the infancy of the Internet, I mean, we're talking about, this is 2011, so 1991, BTTF.com went online?
Actually, in 92.
Oh, 92.
1992. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Now, what, like 5 people in the world have computers then?
Well, it was a small audience back then, but we've made a lot of changes over the years, and like I said, thanks to Bull and the great spokesman that he is, we're now reaching dozens of people.
Only dozens of people now. That's a good start, reaching dozens of people. Colonel, what do you think? You've reached dozens of people, like a dozen donuts.
Yeah, but I like to see these people buy the WBTTF merchandise and say hello to my buddy Steve Clark.
You know, I've been a fan of Bull since the early '70s myself.
Really? So. Really?
Absolutely.
Now, how did you? Now, what made you a fan of Bull going back to the 1970s?
He's legendary. He's a legend in his own mind, and it's a long story. I'm sure you don't have this kind of airtime to.
Oh, you kidding me? I want to know the facts. I want to know how you came in contact with the Colonel 20 years ago. Was it at some sort of a Burger King convention or something?
No. It's been so long ago, I don't even remember.
Colonel, what were you doing in the 70s?
Well, in 1970, I was in the square circle.
You were in the squared circle in the 70s. Oh, that's right. For those of you who don't know out there listening, Colonel Bull Montana, before he was co-host of this award-winning program and a spokesperson for BTTF.com, was a professional wrestler. Now, I know, Steven, you're from the South. Now, wrestling is huge down in the South, and I know that your favorite growing up was the exotic Adrian Street.
Adrian Street, Bullet Bob Armstrong, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, Wildfire Tommy Rich. I mean, anybody who was on Georgia Championship Wrestling, okay in my book.
Now, confirm or deny, Colonel, were you Mr. Wrestling number 0?
No, I was not.
You were not. Now that's fantastic. No, but BTTF.com, we've interviewed many people on this program, from people that were in the Back to the Future saga. I was there in 2008 down in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, helping you out doing promos with Bob Gale and all the rest of the guys from Back to the Future. Now, BTTF.com. Now, you have probably one of the greatest websites of all time, not because the Colonel's endorsing it, but you have the support of all the cast and crew, which is rare for a fan site.
Sure, it is, and it's we try to, I like to think of it as more than your typical fan site. It's more of your entertainment conglomerate. We do it all. We not only are we involved just in promoting the series, but we work with toy manufacturers and the studio, and we got our hand, we got our finger on the trigger.
You got your finger on the time circuits, is what you're saying, huh?
That's right.
Your flux capacitor is fluxing. Now, Colonel, do you have any idea what the flux capacitor is?
No, I don't, TC.
Well, you just in it for the money or the free Butthead T-shirt? Is that what you were in it for?
Just for the free Butthead merchandise.
All right. Have you actually seen the movie?
No, but I just caught it a little bit.
All right, so you're a national spokesperson, worldwide spokesperson now for BTTF.com, and you have not seen the movie once. What do you think about that, Mr. Clark?
Well, the Bull, he's very busy, and I can understand that. For
how long does it take to digest something that you can't sit there and watch BTTF? Exactly. But, Colonel, if I was running BTTF.com and I hired someone as the national spokesperson for it, I would, as a requirement, would want them to watch the movie at least once.
But TC, speaking of BTTF.com.
Yeah, he has a cheat sheet, by the way, he's reading off that because he's not remembering that.
A lot of my friends, they want to get something, so I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell my buddies out there right now.
What do they want to get? They
want to get the Back to the Future DeLorean cars for their little kids, T-shirts, and especially the Butthead helmet.
Well, those are all available. Confirm or deny, Stephen, at BTTF.com.
Absolutely. We'll fix them up. They go to BTTF.com or BTTF.net, and if it's toy DeLoreans and Back to the Future T-shirts or Blu-ray disc or whatever tickles your fancy, we've got it.
Tickle your fancy. That's unbelievable. I have seen the movie now probably about 86 trillion times, and I do all my Christmas shopping at BTTF.com when you don't send stuff up for free.
No, we don't.
What's the biggest seller you got there? What is everybody dying for?
Oh, probably our biggest seller right now is the acid cap that Michael J. Fox wore in the second film as his future son, Marty McFly Jr. That would be the rainbow cap.
Oh, the rainbow cap. Now, speaking of acid, Colonel, you've dabbled in that a bit, haven't you?
That's right, I have.
And would you partake in wearing the Michael J. Fox Marty McFly Jr. acid cap?
I will if we could get one up in this territory.
Oh, I think that's a challenge out there, Stephen. If you can get one of those Michael J. Fox BTTF2 acid caps. I mean, you saw how dashing the Colonel looked in the Butthead helmet.
Absolutely. I mean, we're going to have to fix our spokesman up for Christmas. We've got a lot of new products coming out, and we want to make sure that he is dressed to the nines, that he's got everything he needs to be on those spots on your show and sell our product and represent us in the manner that we know he will. We'll take care. We'll make sure he has all the free merchandise that his.
Yeah, there's the big word right there. Free.
Everything that his contract requires. So we'll make sure that he's reimbursed.
I heard that contract was written in crayon, Colonel. Is that true?
No, but Steve, I'm just hoping that Mr. Biff comes up this way to say hello to the fans up in this New England area someday.
You want me
I'll
to?
see what I can do.
Well, if anybody could do it, the PT bottom of the space-time continuum, Stephen Clark can take care of it. Now, have they made merchandise that? What is the biggest piece of merchandise they haven't made that you would love to have?
Was it for me?
For the site to sell.
You know, the one we get asked the most about is hoverboard. So there's been a lot of talk about it, but right now we don't have any. Any information that they're really coming, but everybody asks for a hoverboard, so that's probably the number one item that does not yet exist. 2015 is coming up, so maybe we'll have that here in another 4 years.
Unbelievable. One more time, Colonel, give him a big plug for the site.
This is BTTF.com.
And what does BTTF stand for?
BackToTheFuture.com.
I'm shocked that he actually got that. Ladies and gentlemen, I am absolutely stunned. Unbelievable. I want to thank my good friend out there, longtime close personal friend, Stephen Clark from BTTF.com. He does one hell of a job on one great website.
Thank you, TC, and please make sure that Bull gets a good Japanese or Chinese dinner tonight.